You don't have to wait. You
Like, you always make me wait. Like, for why?
Don't wait.
I don't want to wait.
Everyone's watching.
Good. Hi, guys. I'm glad you guys are watching. He always makes me wait. Like, shh, I'm going live. So what? I'm talking. Hi. Happy
Hello.
Friday.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Free Speech Friday.
Or as someone called it last week, FSF?
Free Speech Friday.
Yeah, but
FSF.
that's what they said.
Yeah, I like it. We're going to make shirts. I think we should
Just
do it.
stop. You just,
All right.
You're making shirts for everything.
You know, I'm going to show you some shirts. I made some shirts, matter of fact, this week that have to be going out. All of a sudden, there was a lot of people purchasing these shirts. I appreciate that. I love the support. And there's some pretty good ones, I personally think. One of my favorites is the Megabit. Anyways, I'll show you those in a few minutes. Before we say hello to everyone, I just want to say that this week was kind of an interesting week.
Yesterday was shit.
It's kind of shit, yeah. But it was an interesting week with SpaceX. One, I had a video that was like SpaceX was caught red-handed by Omnispace. And Omnispace was saying that, oh, they're interfering with their frequency. We'll get into that. I did another video that talked about the blackout and how I thought it was just a U.S. blackout where there was like no service at all. But no, it ended up being global. And you guys told me that because you guys were telling me from like Africa and from South America, all over the place. Everyone was
hold your
out.
thoughts.
Hold on, wait. And
Why
then,
are you getting into
wait a
stuff
second.
without saying
And then
hi?
the other thing was the video that I talked about the fourth generation in comparison to the second generation. Should you purchase it or should you not? So anyways, those were the three videos. You guys can think about it while we're saying hello to everyone. If you have any questions about those three or anything else that you want to talk about tonight, we can get into it. Kind of like a relaxed night. We're going to try to do a short one.
You
Hold
ruined
on.
a relaxed night with an itinerary as we open.
No, that's not an itinerary. I'm just
It
saying
sounds like
some
an
of the things that
itinerary.
it's not an itinerary.
It sounded like
it's
it.
bullet points of
It's
what I talked
just-
about this week.
It's supposed
Anyways,
to be free flow.
So, Peter, you might get out early today.
He always says that, Peter.
It ain't gonna happen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many people show up tonight.
Anyways.
So, let's say hello to everybody.
I'm going to say hello to everybody. Happy shout outs. Happy Friday. John Diamond. John K. Wolf. How are you? Good afternoon from Texas. Fragile 1976. Of course, Peter. 83 Jeep.
83
From
Jeep.
Sunny Lake County, Cali. John Diamond. 83 Jeep, I saw your question. No, we're not talking about, we're not even going to touch the B word tonight. Not
Nope.
even going to say it out loud. Let's see. Jay Gudmunder.
How you doing, Jay?
Fergus Groves. Hello. Janice West. How are you? Ian. Kevin Thiel, how are you? Happy Friday. Bailey Dearman. You made another live. That's awesome. Hey, Ricky Joe.
Thank you for being here.
What's going on? Chuck. City Twister HD. Hello. Benny. And Explorer 867 from Central Oregon. That's awesome.
Nice.
Glad to have you guys
so
on.
anyone that's on that has never been on, definitely put a little emoji or something. Just say hello in the chat so we can say hello to you and
Yes.
recognize you being here.
Just put a poop emoji. It's all
yeah,
good.
poop. Love a poop. Absolutely. Really make it 3 poop emojis.
Hi, Tim, David Hansen, Butch Landers, how are you?
Butch
A lot of
Landers.
people from Texas in the house tonight.
Wow.
So,
Sweet.
why don't you hit your bullet points? Don't forget, as Peter says, put a Q in front of your question or highlight JCristina so I can read them and not get
Yeah,
lost.
it makes it easier. It definitely makes it easier for sure. Let me see what's going on over there with SpaceX.
I don't know. Didn't you just have bullet points that you were going to hit on?
Yeah, but I wanted to jump into Starlink as well as SpaceX's X page, their feed, just to see what's going on over there. We have the Dragon crew. We got that going on. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and I'll bring up what I am seeing so you can see it too. There we go.
I'm going to read a couple of things. John
do
said,
that.
I heard people are still having blackouts today.
Really? See, now that I didn't hear of. It's possible.
John Diamond, so how do you know when Starlink is back up if they are your only internet provider?
That's always a problem, right? That is a problem. You know, The only way really to do it is if you have like a phone or something and you still have some type of connectivity. If not, you're just not going to know. I'm trying to adjust the mics here a little bit. Maybe that's okay. But yeah, you're really not going to know. And a lot of people were saying that they didn't even know that they were offline for like an hour until they went into their app, into their Starlink app, and they looked into the statistics and they saw that they were out for like 47 minutes or something like that. So yeah, some people didn't even know. It really depends on how much use you get out of your internet. Some people are on it like we are all the time. If we're out for like 30 seconds, she'll tell me, "Joe, we're out. We have no connection. What's wrong with Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi's down. Where's the Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi.
I mean, if you're doing stuff, right? But also, like, then we won't have TV.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not even just from the phone.
Yeah, I mean, years ago, right? We had Dish Network,
yeah.
and then you would have your
Right.
TV was separate. But now it's IPTV, right?
83 Jeep. Has your pop changed from the blackout?
Has my pop changed from the blackout? Good question. Let me go and switch you back over here. And I'm going to go to, let's see, we'll go to speed test. If you guys don't know, if you go to speedtest.net, all right, and then you just hit go and see where it thinks you're located. I just took a look here. It's saying that I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia. That means that my pop is in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm going to say hello to a couple of people real
You do
quick
it?
that popped on. Daniel Ote. I hope I'm
How you
saying
doing,
that
Daniel?
right. David, I said hello to Tim Paddock. How are you?
How you doing, Tim?
Bear, RNRV Chronicles, Gary Hargett. Hey, Tom, how are you? Let's see. I think I caught up. Okay.
Look at
and
that.
Janice has a question. Oh, wait, what is that?
Look at that. Starship Super Heavy loaded with more than 10 million pounds of propellant in a rehearsal. That's a wet rehearsal is what they call it, ahead of the Flight 4. Launch is targeted as early as June 5th. I think it's probably going to happen June 5th because they're doing it. They are definitely doing it. What I do notice, if you take a look at this image, do you see? Yeah, you should be able to see it. Do you see these heat tiles are wrapping around now? I feel like these heat tiles are going further around than they did before. We know heat tiles are mission critical. If the heat tiles start falling off, the craft could burn up. We saw that with the space shuttle. We saw that with this. We saw that with the flight test number 3, right, where the thing started spiraling and we saw plasma pouring off it. Not good.
I have questions.
Anyways, go ahead. I'm just going to flop through these.
Okay.
Look at this. It's unbelievable.
I'm going to start. Janice West.
Janice.
Hey. Just curious why 50% of Starlink customers say rain doesn't affect them and 50% of us have really bad connections when it rains. Is it a location thing? I have no obstructions. Thanks.
Yeah, that's really weird too. I agree with what you're saying, and I feel like a lot of people say that it doesn't affect them. For me, it actually does. So our system will go down when it's real heavy rain. If it's light rain, it cuts right through it. Speeds go down just a little bit, but if it's a heavy rain, it could be that people in certain areas are not experiencing like torrential downpours like what we get here in South Florida, where it just opens up, the sky is black and there's like hail, like out of the blue when it's like 97 degrees outside. So, I think it really depends on the density of the clouds, density of the water molecules, because those water molecules, if you think about it, act as obstructions just in the air. And what it does is it reflects and refracts, right, the signal. So you end up with like a weakened signal. Now, if you have a larger dish, you have less of rain fade or this rain problem. So with the old dish, like the Generation 1, the oblong one, the round one, they had less rain fade than with the rectangular one, like what I have, the version 2s, right, the Generation 2. But if you get a commercial grade or a business grade that is almost square, it's like 22 inches by like 21 inches, 20 inches or something. It's big ass unit, but it just simply cuts through the rain somehow. It just, probably because of the size, whatever it is, but the business class will not You will not get as much rain fade as you do with the others. Now, I also heard the new dish, the Generation 4, not only is it faster, upload, download speed, but also latency is a little bit better by like 1 millisecond. Not much. She kicked me. But what I also heard was rain fade is a little bit better too. So because it is bigger, it is a bigger dish, the Generation 4. So anyways, that's some backstory. Hopefully that answers some of the questions.
Okay. Let's see. I have to backtrack because it jumped. Here we go.
You kicked me, and then you're not ready?
I'm always ready. Ricky
Okay.
Joe.
Ricky Joe, how you doing?
I actually had some of my neighbors come to me. Apparently, AT&T cut off their fixed wireless internet. Glad I upgraded Internet Air when I did.
There you go. Let me just talk about that for 1 second. AT&T is trying to do away with all copper cable. They want fiber and then air being like off the towers.
Right.
So they came up with this, and what she was talking about is AT&T Internet Air, or HEAP. AT&T Internet Air, okay? And I told you guys way back when they came out with this, I said, listen, AT&T is going to nix all copper, okay? And they're going to force you into using those towers. And that's exactly what is happening now, about a year after I said that, a year and a half after I said that. So if you have UVerse or if you have AT&T's DSL, just think about your service is going to be gone unless you transition into the wireless or off the tower type of feed. And if you don't have a tower nearby, you're not going to be able to use AT&T anymore. It's kind of shitty, but that's what they're doing because they're a crap company. So that's just my personal opinion. So anyways,
all right.
There you go.
Gary Hargett. Was global outage Starlink attempt to fur out Russian repeal use of Starlink system? Hello from Arizona.
Yeah, I would probably think not. So they never said exactly what happened, but I'm going to speculate that it was a network error, a network problem. A year prior, there was a network problem where they didn't pay their their certificate, right, for their DNS. They didn't pay their cert, and then all the Starlink went down. Okay. They figured it out. They fixed it. Never happened again. This time, I think it's also a network issue. And the reason I think it's a network issue is because it wasn't like an on-off type of outage. The outage was like everything was out, right? And then once it was said to be back online, less than an hour after it was out, because they said it on X, everyone started coming online slowly, right? Almost as like the DNS server started to propagate the new route. I feel like something went down somewhere and they had to reroute stuff. She kicked me again. And at that time, things started, my people started coming online slowly. So that's why I think it's a network issue, but who knows? Maybe they got hacked or something crazy like that, but I really don't think so. I think it was simply a network problem. They just haven't said one way or another. Last time they did, they came out immediately and say, hey, we didn't pay our cert. And that's it. This time they didn't say shit. So okay. I don't know. So there you go.
David Hansen, contrast and compare what EchoStar's Jupiter 3 can offer versus Starlink offers.
Oh, God. I don't know. I really don't know. A lot of the service providers that are trying to do it in MEO or in GEO, the distance of these satellites are it's just too far. Okay, so you're going to have like high latency no matter how you look at it. When you're in LEO, you're going to get a let's say a ping of anywhere from about 20 to 25, 30 milliseconds, right? When you're in GEO, your ping will be like 600 milliseconds, all the way up to 1,000 milliseconds, which is like a second. So your latency is just complete shit. So a lot of these companies that are trying to do GEO, it's just not going to work if they're trying to do stuff that is quick, right? So they have to move into LEO. And even some of the service providers like Viasat and HughesNet, they're looking into LEO, trying to move their shit into LEO, or just moving into the towers and all kinds of other stuff because they're going out of business. They can't compete with SpaceX Starlink.
All right, you're
Anyways,
good.
I'm good.
I'm trying to catch up,
okay.
you guys.
Sorry.
Already have a lot of questions.
She just said I was good.
We're good. We're
All
moving
right.
along. All right.
All right.
John Wolf said, after my Starlink came back, it seems to be faster. Peter, you can't find the other poop emoji. I don't know what to tell you, but I like the pink one. It's kind of cute. Smash that like button. Yes, please. Sarah, hi, JC and Fabiola. Sorry, I'm late. Nice warm day in Christchurch, New Zealand. It's 20
Thank
Celsius.
you for being here.
Today is the first day of winter. Sarah, girl. Oof,
wow.
That's cold. Let's see. Hold on. Lost track here.
The reason
83G said my pop changed from 83G my pop changed from Seattle to San Jose after the blackout and since has switched back to Seattle this morning. Okay.
They were rerouting. That's it.
Is that what it is?
You were saying that, or someone was saying that their speeds were faster after the outage. The reason the speeds were faster, chances are it probably wasn't because they rerouted things. It could be, but more likely is because they've rebooted your router. They rebooted the whole system, right? So most people don't realize it, but when the outage happens, they actually push sometimes firmware updates, or they just push a full hard reboot, this type of thing. And I know when I looked at mine and I showed you guys live on the video that I did, you can actually see where it said searching for like a minute and 35 seconds or something. When you see searching on your statistics, right? That means it's searching for a satellite it's trying to acquire. That means that it rebooted and now it's trying to get everything back in line again. So anyways, that could be why your service is faster now. I would recommend that you guys reboot, do a soft reboot, okay? I told you guys the difference between a soft reboot and a factory reboot, reset. In a video, you can watch that, and this way I don't have to get into it tonight, but do a reset or a reboot of your system at least once a month. If you can do it sooner, do it. It's not gonna hurt anything. If anything, it will help. So anyways, hopefully that helps.
Alrighty then. Ricky Joe said, plus I had to restart my sister's gateway for AT&T fiber about 3 times because it went red and said there was a 802.1 times authentication issue and couldn't receive an IP address after 3 restarts. It worked. Mm-hmm. All right. Hi, Juan. Smokey de la Garza. D-Hide question, at what number of subscribers do the Earth stations that Starlink uses reach maximum capacity?
That's a really good question. I like it. There is no set number. And the reason being is, back in the old days when I used to work in the NOCs and network operations centers and central offices, this type of thing, we would have switches. They were usually Cisco fiber switches, and they can handle so much traffic, whatever that traffic is. And then we would just build it out, right? We just build it, right? Nowadays, everything are like VMs. They're like virtual machines. They're all virtual. So if a server got overloaded, it just simply accesses more of the server virtually, right? So let's say it's using 16 cores, 16 CPUs. It's like, holy shit, we need 32. And all of it, literally on the fly, it can give it 32. So a lot of stuff now has become, virtualization is like the big thing. So the amount of traffic that it can handle really just has to do with what is the maximum amount of capacity that the backbone can handle, or the maximum amount of capacity that the ground station can handle, or the POP, or the point of presence. And that's it. That's kick number 4. I'm done. Go ahead.
I don't know what he's talking about. Peter wants a kick cam. Jeez. And I told him if I knew how to sit up.
I'm trying to go fast, but I can only say it so quick.
But I know, my foot is just a slight reminder that we have other questions scrolling up. And I told Peter, if I knew how to set up the kick cam, trust me, it would be there. It would have been done a long time ago. Extra added entertainment.
Yes.
Of my size 8 foot hitting your shins.
Go ahead.
Hi, Low Tech Greg. Smash the like button. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Fergus Groves. I recently put my snowmelt on auto to off to see if I can catch it heating during a rain. No more rain now.
Yeah, of course.
That's what happens.
If you're in a hot location, just put I would leave it on auto all the time. That's it. Some people that are in extreme, cold climates, they leave it on all the time. I don't like that, because if there is like an anomaly and all of a sudden things get hot, and you got that heater on, it's not really a heater. It adds amp load to the system, and that's how it heats up the dish so it can melt snow on it. But The idea was that if you turn that heater on and give more amps to the dish, you'll be able to cut through rain better. Now, that is not proven. Is it a possibility? Yes, it is. And I think that it would make sense, but we just don't know if that really is the case. So I would say leave your heater on auto unless there's some reason that you need to turn it off because it's stuck on, then shut it off. Before you go any further, I want to tell people, look, this is important. Look at this. This cup, you see this? This is my tea time cup, right? Well, a bunch of you guys ordered tea time shirts, all right? I want to show you because, hold on.
This is a paid advertisement.
This is a paid promotion because I just want to show you guys. So there's a white one, tea time, right? Tea time. And then we have the black one.
This is the 1776 one.
Oh, yeah, wait a second. Oh, wait. There's a black one. All right. There's a black one.
Hey.
Can you see it? You do see it. All right. Excellent. And then you have, of course, 1776, right? One of my favorite shirts, right? Right. And then probably my all-time
Brought
favorite.
to you by JC.
Is Megabit. Is Megabit the cutest thing ever? Come on, people. Right?
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
That has to be steamed a little.
Yeah, all right. It's Anyways, that was a paid promotion.
Yes.
So, but I just want to, honestly, I just want to say thank you guys for ordering the merch and stuff. It really means a lot. And, they're all hand done and they're not sent off to some factory. So everyone ends up coming to you with tender loving care, let's just say. So anyways, thank you once again for all those orders.
Very much.
Yeah.
Okay, let me catch this here.
Should I kick you because you're not going fast enough?
No, I got carried away and entertained by your commercial.
Oh, thank you.
Your infomercial.
My infomercial.
Nick Bayless, watching your channel, making me regret getting the Starlink.
Oh, no, come on. So, Nick,
why?
If you regret getting Starlink, tell me what your alternative is, okay? Because honestly, like if you have fiber available, there's no reason to get Starlink unless you want to use it for a backup. If I had fiber today, I would still pay for Starlink because I want a terrestrial internet and I want a non-terrestrial internet. So when all shit hits the fan, I'm still going to have internet, right? I'll still be able to communicate with you guys. I'll still be able to communicate with loved ones, family. The whole idea is just having redundancy. I am definitely one of those people that want to have multiple of the exact same thing, but from different providers, right? Multiple internets, but from different providers. So right now we have AT&T, piece of crap. We also have T-Mobile, right? Home internet. And then we have Starlink. So while we're broadcasting right now, we're on T-Mobile's home internet and we're on Starlink simultaneously,
we're
bonded together. We're bonded all together. Yeah. So the one thing that we didn't think about doing this week is go live on X. I forgot all about that.
I mean, okay, so I've been kind of busy this week. I work in the political side of things. I've been kind of busy.
Did something happen politically
We're not
recently?
going to get into that right now. We have questions. We'll do that later.
Did something happen?
No, everything's hunky-dory.
What the fuck?
All right, let me catch
go
up.
ahead. Sorry.
Juan Smokey.
Free Speech Friday, right?
Yes.
It's okay, guys.
Juan Smokey de la Garza.
How you doing, Juan?
I'm considering investing in Starlink for my motorhome. I will be part-timing with periodic travels. I'm in South Texas.
Yeah, it's a great way to go. $150 a month, and you can put it anywhere you want in the U.S. You could throw it on your mobile home. You could throw it on your RV. You could throw it on. You could use it as like if you're doing camping or whatever, and you will be able to have high-speed internet access anywhere, basically from the desert to the top of a mountain somewhere. Pretty cool.
All right.
Pretty cool.
Bear. Is the wattage the same on all the dishes? Maybe the business has a higher wattage. That is why it cuts through the rain. I
think the reason it cuts through a little bit more because it's so damn big. There's more antennae or whatever, there's more.
Antennae, is that a word?
I don't even know. There's more, right, of the little, anyways, so I think that's what it is. But yes, there is the difference between the different dish and the amount of power. So if you have a Generation 2, for example, it uses anywhere from about 50 to 75 watts. Generation 2, Generation 3, right? Now the Generation 4, the brand new one, that uses 75 to 100 watts. So some people that are the RVers, the nomads, the people that are, like on the go doing like the RV life and they're camping and doing all this recreational stuff and they're using battery power, an extra 25 to 50 watts is a lot for them. So, it's something to consider. And that matter of fact, when I did that video doing a comparison between a Gen 2 and the Gen 4, and should you upgrade to a Generation 4? If you didn't see that video, go check it out. I give you a full rationale, a whole bunch of reasonings, a bunch of bullet points on why you should go with the brand new Generation 4 or why you shouldn't go with the Generation 4 based on your needs. All right? She kicked me. That's number 5 or 6 now.
I don't know. We're getting...
I think we're at 6.
We're starting to warm up. Okay.
Why is it warm in here?
I don't know.
The damn thing is like blowing,
because
but it doesn't matter.
It was like 99, 100 today.
Man, in Florida, it gets so hot in the summer.
And it's super humid.
Blistering.
Okay,
yeah,
Chris Burzon, power outage at Redmond campus.
Okay.
Real life with Adrian and Ruth. Hey, Adrian.
How you doing?
How are you guys doing? We are doing great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Travis, hi all. I am late, but you are here, Travis. So
you're
we are
here.
Happy.
You're never late. We're just hanging out.
Gary said that sounds plausible. Thanks for your thoughts.
Thanks, Gary.
John, question. My sister has the internet TV, not satellite. If he has to go to cellular towers, how can she record her shows? That's for John Wolf.
Say that one more time.
Question. My sister has the internet TV, not satellite. If she has to go to cellular towers, how can she record her shows? AT&T, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it really depends on what, what box you're going to use to do it. You could use like an Apple TV, anything that's IPTV. For the most part, you can record your shows, but it's just, they're all done differently, right? So just check into it. Apple TV is super easy. I personally, the family uses Fire Stick, which is pretty easy too. I did a video, matter of fact, on installing a Fire Stick from scratch.
Is that our YouTube TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So we use.
It's pretty easy, but it's like
it's you know what it is. It's janky, right? It's janky. It's like they needed to really.
Like if you're watching TV and then you go back to the menu, it takes you to the beginning of the menu. Like, it doesn't leave you off where you left off. Yeah. It just does stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, you're like on. Let's say you're on channel 200. Let's say, and then you go and you shut it off and come back. Now all of a sudden you're on channel 1 again. And you have to go all the way to. It doesn't stay. It doesn't go back. It doesn't remember. Yeah. Like I said, it's kind of janky, right? But everything has gone IPTV now. No one has Dish Network anymore, right? Those people are going out of business. No one has, a DirecTV anymore. Yeah. They're going out of business. So just to give you a little point, like a contextual point here, is that think about this. Dish Network, all right, in the 30 years that they've been around, right, they have like currently 1.5 million customers, and those customers are dropping, 1.5. Yeah. Now it's like 1.4, 1.2 million, right? Starlink, right? SpaceX's Starlink went literally in like 2.5, 3 years. They are now over 4 million. 3 million, I think it is, 3 point some. It's amazing. They're at 3 whatever. They're saying it's going to be over 4 million before the end of this year. So even if it's at 3 million right this second, they have double the amount of subscribers in just a couple of years.
What IPTV are we using?
We're using YouTube TV. Yeah. But you could use like a Hulu. You could use like so many. There's a lot of them, right? So it just depends on which one. You can use Apple TV. We tested out Apple TV.
I didn't like Apple TV
at all. I didn't like it. I thought I was going to love it. I'm better. Like, I thought it was going to be so easy to use. What a piece of crap. She kicked me. 7. Okay. That's number 7.
So now we're moving on to
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Big Jim. Hi there.
Hey,
from
Big
Puerto
Jim.
Rico. Gen 3 Starlink working great. That's awesome, Big.
Good, Jim.
Thanks for watching us. Let's see. Mo is in the house.
Hey, Mo.
Peter's union brother.
Yeah.
83 Jeep at 3 million users. How many more pops do you think Starlink needs?
Like I said, they virtually grow out. The thing is I would like to see them put more POPs around the US, for example, just to lower latency. And the last time we talked, on last Friday, I think, I was telling you guys how the speed issue or the latency is not the speed from satellite to dish, from dish to satellite. That speed from the dish to send data from the dish to the satellite and back down is only about 6 milliseconds, maybe 8 max. That's with like a ton of overhead, okay? The rest of that latency, 25 milliseconds, 30 milliseconds, 50 milliseconds, the rest is terrestrial. That means it's on the ground. That means it's from the ground station to your POP, your point of presence, back to the POP, back to the ground station, back up. It's all that. So that being said, you want to get those ground stations and you want to get the POPs as close to each and every one of us as possible. So having a POP in Miami, having one in Georgia, having one in Texas, having one, having more is going to be better. The one thing that I would like to see, she kicked me, I'm going to keep on talking just a minute. That's number 8. The one thing I'd like to see is for all of our Canadian friends over there, right? I would like to see some ground station and POPs over there in Canada, because right now you guys have to use our POPs that are in the northern hemisphere of the US. That hurts you when it comes to latency. Anyways, I'll stop.
John. John said in Texas this week, very bad storms. Yes,
we
really
saw
bad.
tornadoes.
Our daughter lives in Texas, so yeah.
Rain coming in sideways.
Yeah, it's crazy. Eric McMahon.
How you doing, Eric?
Starship launched June 5th. Yes.
We're hoping they have to get the approval, the license, the updated license, but June 5th is the date. If June 5th is the date, come see me here. We're going to be live. I'm going to hang out with you guys live until it goes off. And hopefully we don't see it blow up and we actually see it traverse the entire globe and then splash down in the ocean.
Eric also
Upright.
said, Eric also said, JCristina, I Facebook creeped your profile. You have an adorable family.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric.
Appreciate that, Eric. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, guys. If you haven't thumbs up this video yet, do it. I would appreciate it. It will help.
Share.
Like, subscribe. Do all that kind of crazy bullshit.
Subscribe and unsubscribe and subscribe again just to make sure your notifications
are
working.
All on notifications. YouTube, my God, it's just a mess.
Yeah. Ricky Joe, in the AT&T Internet Air, what is the RAN mean? Mine says attached to CID. It changes sometimes, but under RAN it either says NR, NSA, or LTE. Only what does on NR, NSA mean? Is it a type of 5G?
I am lost.
Oh
Ricky Joe, I am lost.
The LTE part on your phone, like what does it mean? It says NR.
Yeah, so I have never seen.
I have never
personally not seen that before.
No.
I've seen LTE. I've seen 3G. I've seen 5G.
Right.
I've seen 5GE. That's 5GE is basically AT&T's way of saying we're making believe we're giving you 5G, but we're not because we are full of shit. But that's it. I don't know what I don't know what RAN is. I don't know. I've never seen that.
All right. John Diamond, you two are the best. I live on the west coast of South Seattle, Washington, and Starlink is the best. I have Gen 2. Can I just say buy a Gen 3 router with my Gen 2 antenna?
No.
Why?
So the cables that are being used. So a Generation 2 router has a built-in power supply. Okay. They all give power over the Ethernet. So it's all PoE. So it all gives power through the one cable, right? So it's data and power over the same cable. But the new generation, Generation 3, actually has the power supply external to it. And then it feeds it out, almost like a PoE injector, right? So they use like a different cable and So you really can't do that. You really don't want to do that, because if you're going to get like the latest and greatest, right, because you want a generation 3, just get the generation 4, get the full kit, right? But if you're getting like a generation 3 because you want like Wi-Fi 6, or you want the added security of the Wi-Fi 6, or you need more devices instead of 128 devices, I think it like provides like 235 devices or some crap like that. I don't know, if you have more than 128 devices, I don't know what you're doing. But anyways, so if you want to do that, just simply bypass your generation 2 and pick up a gaming router, like one of these, like a Nighthawk type of, some type of gaming router, and use that. You're going to get better speeds, better latency, just everything will be better, and you can just bypass completely the Starlink router, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's what I would do. If not, just pick up a new system.
All right.
And if you're going to pick up a new system, get a refurbished system, because refurbished right now are $200 off. So instead of $599, they're $399, right? You get $200 off, and then there's no worry about them going bad, because they have a full warranty, just like if it was brand new. So it's worth it. Extra $200 in your pocket. It's the way to go. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, you're just taking forever.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Joed Rodriguez. Indeed, Gen 3 works like a charm in Puerto Rico.
Nice, yeah.
Mo said, tea time with Joe. And Daniel Ote, I heard a year ago almost internet was going cellular. I don't think they were accounting for Starlink. Also, my megabits went under 10 for a bit this morning. I'm usually 80, 100 in Wisconsin.
That's a big problem. Yeah, if you see something like that, I would just reboot. There was definitely a problem that happened. So just hang in there and see if it clears up, or reboot, because 10 is just not normal. But yeah, the cellular companies, they're shitting their pants. Okay, I can just tell you right now, they're shitting their pants, because even though Elon Musk is with T-Mobile, for example, they're with Rogers in Canada, and they're with like 7-8 companies, right? That they're going to use their spectrum in these different countries, right? Now, when I say use their spectrum for doing connection directly from phone to satellite, right? The DTS, right? Anyways, that connection needs spectrum that they need to buy. But what I heard was Elon Musk is putting in a request to get his own spectrum for doing that direct to satellite connection. When that happens, does he need these wireless companies anymore?
Okay, that is the question.
Not really, right? Not really.
Mo, JC has a second hustle, a QVC shopping channel. Yes.
I'm gonna do the thing.
Jim, real Nikon lover. I just used the heck out of those Aurora products. Fantastic. Thanks, Jim. Peter, JC, you must have many marks on your shin after Friday's live. How much did you pay for that advertisement?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to get like those shin protectors, like when I used to play soccer, and I'm just going to put them on my shins, and I'm not going to worry about it. Then you're going to hear.
No, you know why?
You're going to hear like this smacking, like this.
Because
and that'll
I'm
just be the shin
going to borrow
protector.
Harlequin's baseball bat that you have. It's over there.
It is over there.
It's from your son-in-law.
Just don't hit me.
I didn't get it.
Yes, don't hit me with that.
John. Questions. When are you going to design any more T-shirts?
Yes. You know what? I was. I'm glad you brought that up, guys. I want to hear from you guys. What would you like to see on a shirt? Okay. Now it could be words, or it could be a graphic, right? Like Megabit, right? The little dude. I mean, Megabit I designed because I just thought he was cute, right? I made him, and now he's on a
another
shirt.
Home Shopping Network moment.
He's kind of wrinkled, but anyways.
You need to steam this. You can't show this like that.
Do something like this.
Oh my God.
You can see how durable it is. But anyway, so if you guys think of anything, let me know. Let me know on a Friday. Let me know in the comments. Send me over a DM. Send me over an email or something. I would love to hear from you guys. Something really big just happened in the news. Maybe I can make some shirts regarding that.
Yeah, but that's going to be old news by the time.
But it would just be fun to do.
Okay.
I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you want to see a shirt? What kind of shirt?
All right, let me get back to this. John Diamond, Starlink is my only option. Ricky
But
Joe.
good option. It's working. It's
Ricky
working
Joe
well.
got too full of Golden Corral for your birthday. Oh, that's right. Your birthday was this week. Happy birthday again. We said happy birthday last
birthday,
week.
yeah.
Hope you had a good one. Mo, yeah, everything is perfectly fine in politics world.
Yeah.
Dano B, I did not see anything in videos prior to getting Starlink that in heavy rainstorms it will go out. Does this happen to you?
It does. It does. That's
because
the nature of the beast. There's nothing.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to fix that. The only way they can fix it with larger dish, and they're actually releasing a smaller dish. If you guys don't know it, before the end of this year, they're going to have a backpackable dish that's going to be the size of a iPad. So think about maybe like 8x9, something like this, right? That's going to be the dish. Slide into your backpack. The one thing that I do want to see is when they do that, they make it so that it's DC. So you can run it on AC or you can run it on DC. And the reason being, for all you guys, once again, that are out there doing the RVing, that you're, roughing it out there, doing the camping and being out doing the nomad thing, well, you're running it on a battery. It would be really nice to be able to run it direct DC and not to have that inverter, because whenever you run DC, if you don't know it, through an inverter, unless you have a really expensive one, but there's still going to be some type of degrading of the signal. You're going to end up with a reduction of power, maybe 10%, 20% loss. This way, DC to DC, there's no loss. So hopefully they do that. But anyways, they're coming out with a tiny dish. Hang in there. A month from now, 2 months, you're going to see it.
Okay, are you done?
I'm done.
Oh, okay. Chuck Kaiser. Just so you guys know,
How you doing, Chuck?
we'll get to your, we'll get to your questions. Just give us a little time. Hey there. We have Starlink for our RV and love it. We
Excellent.
are part-timers and have been very happy with Starlink as a backup to our AT&T hotspot. We're in Orlando and have found it great on the road. That's awesome.
Excellent.
Chuck, we have AT&T fiber at home and do use Starlink as a backup to our fiber.
Exactly. That's what I would do. The exact same thing. Smart, Chuck. Smart.
D-Hide, another option in rural areas is fixed wireless, which is not cellular.
Right. Yeah, fixed wireless. It is cellular though. They're using either 4G, LTE, or 5G network off the tower, but it's fixed because it's sitting on it's AT&T Internet Air. It is Verizon Home Internet. It is T-Mobile Home Internet. These are all fixed wireless, right? But yes, they do use the cell tower. So if you have a cell tower that only has 4G, well, you're going to have some pretty, let's say, sketch service. But if you have a 5G cell tower that's close to you, it's optimal. I mean, you can get like 100, 200, 300 megabits down, 30, 40 megabits up, and it costs you like $50 a month. So it's a really good option. I really like the T-Mobile that we currently have, but we're using LTE because we don't have 5G on that tower as of yet. But as a backup to Starlink, it works out great. So, anyways.
Okay. Mo asked, what IPTV are you using? And we answered this YouTube. We were using, but other people, you can put down your question.
Yeah, YouTube
your
TV.
answers. Peter, getting to your question, Peter. Since 2013, I have not had any TV channels at all. Now I stream them.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, people are into
Everyone
that.
is streaming TV.
Yeah.
That's why Dish Network and, DirecTV will be going the way of the dinosaur, the way of the dodo bird. That's just it. No one's going to use them anymore. What are you going to do with them?
Mo said, I'm looking around for IPTV because in the UK, sadly, doesn't have YouTube TV. We have to pay a license to watch TV, Wow.
No shit.
Mo, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Mo.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
That
Anthony and Selmo. Hey, good night from Guyana. Hello.
How you doing?
Sarah. Okay, Sarah. JC, Saturday would be complete without saying one word. Tiles.
Holy shit.
Wouldn't be complete.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Sarah.
We're going to slap some tiles on the wall tomorrow.
Sarah, I'm not going to say anything.
I might not.
Chris, Chris, ground stations on roofs of pops.
What's that?
Ground stations of roofs on pops? Hold on. Now it just
I don't know.
scrolled to hell. Here we go. Right here.
Ground stations on roofs of pops.
I don't know.
Chris, help me out, buddy. Help me out.
Pinewoods 01, Roku TV rocks. Love your show. Keep up the great
Roku
work.
TV is great too. Absolutely.
Thanks, Pinewoods.
Mo says 7 kicks?
Yep, 7 kicks so far. I bet there's an 8, $50 for an 8th kick. People, come on, pay up.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Dominic, you made it to
How you doing, Dominic?
FSF. Yes. Tim, I received my signed copy of Digital Fort Knox this week. Thanks. It's
Awesome.
my next project, but still trying to do the RAID recovery, just 4 days to go.
Oh, RAID recovery. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I know. That's why, God bless you. That's why when I wrote the Digital Fort Knox, Backing Up Your Digital Life, it was me taking you on a journey that I took, going from a RAID array that ended up crashing because it was a piece of crap. And I didn't realize, I kind of did, but I didn't think that they were going to go out of business. Anyways, they did. When a RAID goes down, right, because it is proprietary, and you don't have a controller anymore, guess what? Every single piece of data that's on that RAID array is gone. Gonzo.
Really?
It's gone. Whereas with an unRAID server that I teach you guys how to make in that book that I wrote,
That's crazy.
every drive that dies, that is the only data that you lose. So if you have a five drive array and one drive goes down, fine. You still got 4 drives of data. Whereas with a proprietary type of RAID array that ends up going down, let's say you lose 2 drives and now it's all gone. You can't, all those other 3 drives that actually have data on it, it's scrambled. You can't get it out anymore. So anyways, that's what, all right, I won't talk. That was number 8. That's 8.
Okay. Nick Bayless, the best IPTV is Tafe IPTV. Get it on your Fire Stick or Android
Really?
box.
Huh. All right. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Okay.
I will definitely look into that.
Most said LTE near range ? Near range
I'm not sure.
and R.
Oh, okay. LTE near range.
John, I missed you guys last week. I went on my niece's son's graduation. Can't believe he's that old. I missed y'all. John, we missed you.
Thank you for being here, John.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you guys are all here.
And
Ricky
congratulations
Joe.
on that graduation.
Oh, yes. Ricky Joe. It shows in my router interface of internet error. It confused me.
Yeah, I really don't even know that. You know, a lot of these terms are proprietary to the different, the different company. So I don't know. I wouldn't.
83 Jeep. YouTube has changed things and no longer see the like share buttons. Really? Don't say that, 83 Jeep. You're freaking me out.
That is weird.
All right. Joe Hoodnick, you're here.
Joe, how you doing, Joe?
John Diamond said thanks. Mo said, yo, Joe. Eric, in the next 5 years, I see JCristina setting up Starlinks on the SpaceX moon base for Elon Musk himself. Oh, my God.
Helmet, I'll be like wandering around. I'm like, hey, I'm here.
Bailey Dearman, is Refurb still available for me? It's not showing them anymore.
So if they don't show, that means in your location it is not available. Refurbished is still available. It just depends on where you're located. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll bring up my location and see what we see. Let's take a look here. Starlink.com here. Let me swap over. Let me see. Does it go through? Yes. Maybe. All right. Good. Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to put an address of a business up the road. Let's see. Do you see it there? Here we go. Right here. And let's see, order now. Let's see what it comes up with, guys. Does it have refurbished?
No, I don't
see it. I don't see it. So for me, it's not available. We can order the system. We have the pivot mount, wall mount, pipe adapter, and the 45 MK. So that's it. We do not have any other options here. Now, what did just come out that is not showing for me is that there is now the ability to order SpaceX Starlink and pay as you go for the hardware. So what that means is when you sign up, there's an option to pay $50 a month for Starlink. I was going to do a video on this week, but it got kind of crazy this week. Anyways, maybe I'll do one next week and I'll tell you guys about it. She kicked me. That's number 9. Anyways, so let me just say that you can now pay for 12 months, $50 a month to pay off your $600. And the only thing that you have to pay to begin with is an activation fee, your tax, and like $1 or something. I don't know. A small amount. Basically, let's say $50 or whatever. And you're in. And then you have to pay every month after that the $120 a month plus the $50 for your payment or to pay off your kit every month. So for 12 months, you'll be paying $170 a month. After the 12 months, you'll be going back down to $120 a month. So that's interesting. But yeah, I don't have the Refurbished available to me either as of right now. So it is definitely a regional thing where they have them available.
Shannon Monahan gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
He gave one to Ricky Joe, Atomic Nukes and Bees, Jeff Henderson, Fox Carroll, Frosty Delights. If you have gotten a gifted membership, give Shannon a shout out. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon. Really appreciate that.
You are always sharing and gifting. We really appreciate it.
Really appreciate the support.
Definitely.
All those super chats and all the gifting and everything. It's been crazy the last couple of weeks. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Scott from South Carolina.
How you doing, Scott?
Does Starlink give a senior discount?
They really should. I would like to Elon Musk to give a veteran discount. And a senior discount, but more importantly, a veteran's discount. I think that would be really great if he was to do that. So
Joe Ahudnik, he's going to ask this question. How is the bathroom coming along?
It's coming along just absolutely wonderfully. Thank you for asking.
Wonderfully not. Mo, buy my 1776 t-shirts. Get them now while it's hot. The phone line is working, people. Mo, I can't.
There's people answering the phones as we're going.
Yes.
You have 12 minutes and 6 seconds, and that is it. And then they'll be all gone.
Yeah.
Order those today, 1776.
Oh my God. Michael Ray Causey. I was out for 1 hour-ish. Thought Russia blew SL out of existence. Central Arkansas.
Oh my God. Yeah. A lot of people really thought that they got hacked and everything, but that wasn't it. That was not it.
Don Dupuis.
So.
Greeting from Northern Ontario, Canada. I just purchased a Ooma Home phone service. Do you have any tips or tricks to perform well with Starlink?
I really don't know. I haven't used. I don't know what the Ooma phone is. But I'm gonna guess it's VoIP. Voice over IP is voice over IP. The one thing that I would say is whenever you get a voice over IP service with a company that's like SpaceX Starlink that uses CGNAT. If you don't know what CGNAT is, it's carrier grade network address translation. You don't need to know that shit. What that means is that IP addresses are sometimes similar to other people. So if my IP address is 1.1.1.1, yours might also be 1.1.1.1. That screws shit up, number one. Number two, since it is CGNAT and since it uses POPs, right, point of presence that are not in the same location as you, the systems or the phone lines will think that you're in that location. So for me, it's going to think that I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So if I dial 911, that's going to be a freaking problem, right? So just check on that phone system, the VoIP system that you have. Make sure that it does emergency 911 calling, because that is something that they don't all do. They should be required to, but there's different things that they need to do to be able to dial that in. So anyways, check into that, okay?
All right.
But I don't know that specific system. She kicked me. That's number 9.
We're past 9.
Number 10. That was 10.
Joe missed last week's show. Was traveling to a dog show. My wife shows her dogs.
That's
Joe,
awesome.
What kind of dogs does she show? I'm invested in this.
Yeah.
James Morrow. My Bluetti solar generator needs a Wi-Fi frequency of 2.4 gigahertz to get online. Can Starlink operate at 5 gigahertz and 2.4 at the same time?
Yeah.
How do I set my Gen 2 router to broadcast Wi-Fi at 2.4 and 5?
So when you go into your SpaceX Starlink application, okay, go onto your phone, get into it, and then check into the setup. When you go into your settings, there's going to be a little slider, right, that will say split your Wi-Fi. What that will do is it will split the 2.4 and the 5.0 apart. When it does that, it's going to ask you for a name for each one and a password for each one. So when you divide it, you can either use the same or you can use different. I would name, let's say, the 2.4 slow and the 5.0 fast, whatever you want to call them. I recommend people doing that, especially if they have like people that come over, friends, family. Give them the 2.4 while you're using the 5.0. You're going to get faster speeds, right? But anyways, the bottom line is yes, you can do it. It's built in. If you want to go back, yes, you can. But if you want to go back to where they're merged together, you have to do a factory refresh on
Si
it.
se puede. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. George.
Man, my God.
George Snyder, hello. Thanks.
Hey, George.
What's the difference between Gen 3 and 4?
So the latest and greatest is a Generation 4 dish and a Generation 3 router. The Generation 4 dish is just simply better. But it does not have...
Build back better.
Build back better. We love that shit. But it doesn't have an actuator. It's not fully articulating. It can't spin because there's no motors in it, the Generation 4. Whereas the Generation 2s, right, they have motors. So anyways, it depends on what you're looking for. If you want faster speeds, a better router, go with the latest version because you're going to get the Gen 3 on the router. You're going to get a Gen 4 dish. That's like the best that you can get as of right now, as long as you don't need the movement, right? You don't need the motors. That's the way to go. Anyways, go ahead. Next. Is that fast enough?
I mean, it was too fast.
Look at that. We got like 100. We got almost 200 people on there.
Do we?
175 people.
Holy cow. Why do we have
Thank
so
you
many
for being
people?
here.
Where'd you guys pop up from? Say hey.
If you haven't been here before,
drop a poop emoji.
Drop a little poop right in the chat there. Just so we know, we can recognize you. Say hello.
Yes, I'm here for it. I lost where I was, so I have to...
I should kick you because you lost yourself.
No, I didn't lose myself. I'm right here. I just lost
I'll
where I
just
was.
start ranting.
No, here we go.
Oh,
Ricky
see?
Joe, question under... Okay, this is technical, okay? So you're going to have to read it, but I don't even know what that is.
Okay, I'm pouring. Hold on. What is this?
Right
Holy
here.
hell. Ricky Joe, why is this going to be difficult? Let me see. Under certain call says blah blah.
Peter
blah,
says
blah.
almost an hour now.
CID
just
brand.
so you know.
Yeah, I know. 6 minutes ago.
He lied, Peter.
Ricky Joe, I cannot help you with that. I really don't know. I mean, I can go through some of it to figure out what's going on there, but so like SINAR is going to have to do with like your connection and I can go into like a whole thing. Matter of fact, if you go, this will help you out because I explained the RSRP and I explained RSRQ and I did explain the SINAR. Go and watch my video when I installed the T-Mobile because I get into that really deep. And when I installed the T-Mobile and then installed the dish, the external antenna, right? The MIMO antenna. Check that out. I get really deep and just geeky into it. I can't do it tonight.
You can't geek out tonight, Ricky Joe.
But anyways,
it's too much.
yeah, check that out because I get into it and you'll understand it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Mo, bathroom tiles. Mo, we're not going there, Mo.
No, Mo. Don't do it, Mo. Don't do it, Mo.
Dehyde, negative. It starts with a fiber signal, which is then converted to microwave and broadcast at 5 megahertz from towers, not related at all to cellular.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't know if it was for you or someone else.
Okay, no. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the fixed wireless that are on the old school. I get it. You're right.
Okay. All right. Let's see. 83
the point
Jeep.
to point.
83 Jeep. Oh, okay. It's my browser that's not showing the like share button.
Oh, okay. I've seen that happen.
Mode. The like and share buttons could be due to an extension that blocks widgets, maybe. Could be. Well,
Sometimes.
That's not fun. Chris.
Yeah, just reload. Sometimes I'll
Chris
just fix it.
Berzon. Okay. By putting ground stations directly on the roofs of POPs, Starlink is able to further reduce latency. Check out Sat View of Redmond campus, for example.
Yeah. So, okay, I know what you're saying. So I speculated about a year and a half ago that they were going to get rid of ground stations altogether and put the ground stations at the location of the POPs. And in so doing, not needing the ground stations would speed up latency, right? It would lower latency. And the reason at the time they couldn't do it is because there wasn't enough satellites connected through the mesh system, that are the laser mesh system that is formed with SpaceX Starlink. But now that the majority, I think over 50% now, of the satellites up there in LEO have laser communications built in, laser satellites built on board with the SATs, the 1.5s, as well as the 2.0 minis. At this point, we can traverse data from satellite to satellite to satellite and then straight down on top of the POP. And we don't need the ground stations as much. So what you're saying is 100% right. And I think that eventually they will do it. It's just not yet. Okay, not yet. But there's no reason why they can't do it, because they have 6,000, well, not 6,000, but let's say 50%, maybe 30, let's say 27, let's say 2,800 satellites that have, let's say 3,000 satellites that actually have communication lasers on board. So anyways, the data, she kicked me, that's like number 11 or something. The data the data that's above you can literally be on the other side of the globe in milliseconds and then back down to a POP on the other side of the globe. So you don't really need to traverse the ground as much anymore. So that's why Elon Musk said that he's going to be able to get this latency below sub 20 milliseconds, and he will definitely be able to do it. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry. Shannon.
Super chat.
Thank you so much, Shannon.
Something wrong with your camera.
What's going on?
Purple glow around hair. Official live light super chat. I'm like, what's wrong with my hair? I know,
That's you.
Shannon. I'm glowing.
You're glowing.
This is Shannon's light. Right here.
See that? You see? Thank you for that super chat.
Thank you.
That's so very kind. So kind. Thank you so much.
I love that it lights up my hair. Okay, let me see where I'm going to look into IPTV. Thanks, man. Wait, did I do that? Yes, that one. Ricky Joe says my speed test server is in Southfield, Michigan. That's weird. It said Jacksonville, Florida earlier. I'm sure it's changing.
Yeah.
Dominic. Oh, that's for Jeep. Okay, we're scrolling. We're moving.
We're
going.
Sorry, Peter. We said an hour and maybe hour and a half.
Mo, how come it is the names I don't see as much? Congratulations to the ones that got gifted subs.
Yes.
John wants to know, what about the chickens? The chickens are good. It's hot outside.
Chickens are doing really good. They need watering every single day. It's so hot.
Bailey Dearman, thanks for the info. Also in Wisconsin, they're giving 2 free months of service. You must likely know already, but some might not.
I didn't know. Really? That's interesting. I didn't know. If you have a URL about that 2 free months, send it to me. Maybe I'll talk about it next week when I talk about the ability to rent. I would say rent to own, I guess.
Rent to own.
Lease or whatever you want to call it. It's not really leasing because you're just paying it off over time.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right, Mo, Fab's House Sasquatch. I already told you. He's trying to get me, and I get up at 5 a.m. So when I go to my car and it's dark and the moon is just hazing, I'm running, Mo, okay? That thing is going to come and try to get me one day. And if I'm not here, you'll know why.
She runs.
I run to my car. I'm like, whoa.
Especially when it's like the change of season and then it's like dark out there, like really dark.
Yeah, like this morning it was like a crescent moon type thing, and it was like a little hazy, and I was like, ooh.
You like it like that.
Yeah, I love it, but I'm running. I'm still running. Bear, I use DrivePool to look after my software RAID. If one HDD goes down, I just put in a new HDD and the other HDDs will build the RAID back up again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Unless you have two go down and you have a RAID 5, they get 5, and you have 2 go down, and then you end up with a problem.
John Wolf, question, what can you design me a special shirt for me? Some can... Oh, of a wolf. I'll pay extra. That's a good one, a wolf.
I like a wolf. I like a wolf a lot, actually.
All right, John, we're going to keep that one in mind. Jamie, good morning from Perth, Western Australia. Good morning. I have just got the new Starlink and wanted to know if it is basic plug and play with third-party Wi-Fi, or is there a special setup to be able to use Starlink?
No, you could with your Starlink, you can plug it in. If you already have Wi-Fi, like extenders, let's say, or something like that, it's going to find that Wi-Fi, the Starlink Wi-Fi, and just propagate it. So, but yeah, it is pretty much plug and play. It will work immediately. You plug it in, and literally about 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, you're online with high-speed internet. So.
I'm just going to call out some poop emojis here.
Love it.
Steven Scott, not going to say Dominic. Travis, I'm loving it. I'll get to more in a second. Dominic said, build back better, bring back bullying. Yes.
Love that. That's the shirt right there. Bring back bullying, people. Bring back bullying.
Nick Bayless, is the Starlink faster than LTE connection?
It is definitely faster than LTE. It is not faster than true 5G, but we don't see a lot of true 5G in the US. If you go to Europe, some of their 5G is like 500 megabits down, 700 megabits down. I've heard of someone, I think it was in Sicily, that had 5G signal that was like a full gig down, 1,000 gigs, so 1,000 megabytes. That's like, just baffling. So they have true 5G over there. We have 5G light in the US for the most part. Some people get good 5G, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, it's not fantastic here.
Okay. James Morrow said, thank you for answering. James? Well, you just answered his question. 5 gigahertz versus 2.4.
You got it?
Let's see. Don Dupree, thanks for the UMA VoIP information. I appreciate your knowledge. By the way, it does provide 911 location service.
That's what you need. Anyone that's getting VoIP today, you need to make sure it does 911.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Mo, damn, the bathroom's not finished. You got to hold it pooping.
Just hold it. Just hold it.
You hold it.
I'm going to get a porta potty, put it outside.
And yes, Mo, Sasquatch might abduct me. There's shit out here. Real. You don't get it. We live in the woods.
We got chupacabra out here.
We got
some
everything.
Nasty thing.
Sometimes there's like loud, I don't know, like noises. You don't even know where it's coming from. So.
There was something very big that just ripped something up that we don't even know what it was. And
when was this?
You were the one that told me about it, and just looked at you and just stepped on him, and that was it.
Oh yeah, that was another time. I don't even get into that one.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, that one, and Alex was with me on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Stop it.
Well, it happens.
It does happen for real, but it sounds like we're nuts. I'm not nuts.
Not nuts. It happens.
A little nuts, but not totally. Sasha, impressive.
How you doing, Sasha?
In case something wrong will happen with some Starlink satellites, the version with motor will better because this version is made to work with fewer satellites?
Well, so the motor, so you just need to understand that the satellite, the dish that have motors in them do not track satellites using the motors. The motors are only there to reposition it if Starlink wants to reposition a satellite. So for me, originally our satellite was pointing north, then it went northeast, Then it went east-northeast until finally it was almost perfectly straight east over the ocean. So it moved 4 times over the course of the last 36 months. Okay.
Wow.
Now, if you get one of the generation 4s, you have to move it yourself. So whenever they say, listen, it needs to be moved, you need to go in there and kind of adjust it yourself. So that's the only benefit of having the motor in comparison to no motors, is you don't have to touch it. So if it's at the top of a 2-story building, you don't want to go up there anymore. The motors is probably not a bad idea, even if you get slightly slower speeds. My personal opinion.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Stabby, is there any news on a new mount fixture to the Gen 3 dish, as it's well documented that the last 2 were a failure?
Yeah, so they redid that mount. The current mount is a redo of the first version of that mount. If you guys don't know, the new dish, okay, has like a little kickstand that sticks out of it. Well, you can pop the kickstand off and put this little mounting bracket on it and then stick a pole on it, okay? The problem is this mounting bracket, I don't know, they shit the bed, okay? They
shit the bed?
They shit the bed.
Who says that?
I did. It's just,
Are you talking about building back better?
Having such genius people, having just the inset just being like, I don't know, a ½ inch or something, just does not compute in my mind. It just, when you look at it, it looks weak. So even the way it is right now, I personally don't like it. Did they fix it? Yes, they did. And they said that it no longer breaks. The bottom line here is it doesn't matter if it breaks, because if it does, you tell them the shit broke and they will send you a new one. They will not even question it. And that's what's really great.
We're using hands a lot tonight. You're very passionate. That's for the next comment. Dragon eggs. Okay, I watched you play with your Starship one too many times. Now I have one. Hope my wife doesn't ask how much I spent. Let me have her.
You know what? I still have to find out where in the hell my other one is. I'm gonna
call Elon. Ask.
Can I light it?
Go ahead, light yourself. Are you gonna put it in my? Why do you have to put it in my face again?
No, I wasn't gonna light it. I was just pointing it towards you.
Why don't you point it towards yourself?
You guys ready? All right, we're gonna light it. I don't know if there's like fuel stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Ready? What are you doing? What, you gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm leaving. All
right, here we go, guys. Out. Ready? Here we go. What? 1, 2.
I'm gonna slap you.
Here it is.
No more. Oh my God! You see, if I would have been right there.
And we gotta go slow.
It's gonna backfire. It sounds like it's running out. Oh my God, that's such a guy thing to do. That was a long flame.
That was like all the way out the here.
Yeah, so if I would have been right there, that would have been my hair.
I would not have done it.
Yes, you would have.
I did do it once before, didn't I?
Liar. You're a lie. Well, dragon eggs. I hope you don't light up your wife.
Don't tell her how much it is, though.
Yeah, she might light you up. Mark McCall. No blackout here in North Mississippi. Download speeds actually got faster after the blackout earlier in the week. 310 at best to over 400 after blackout.
Really?
Yeah.
Over 400?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Holy shnikes.
Holy shnikes.
83 Jeep, 1835 Mini V2 have been launched to date.
There you go. 1835 V2s. Check to see, 83 Jeep, how many version 1.5s there are. And we can just do some simple math there, and we'll know how many satellites in totality have laser communications built on. I was speculating, 3,000? Check into it. Let me know.
All right. Peter said he is happy to do it for as long as however long it shall be.
Thanks, Peter.
I just improv that response.
We're at 1 hour and 13 minutes.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to blow through these and get out quicker.
You're gonna blow through, yes.
Go.
Said that I need a heat retardant jacket. I think he's right.
Yeah.
Not gonna say.
No hairspray though.
Dude, you have so much product in your hair. I have product in my hair. I would light up. I would be bald.
I got a lot of product in my hair.
I can't. Not gonna say. After a month of waiting, I today have been notified that my Refurbished Starlink will be delivered tomorrow. Can't wait to cancel my DSL. That
there
is
you
awesome.
go. Oh my God. Going from DSL to SpaceX Starlink, you're not going to know what to do with yourself. It will be a game-changing, family-altering, life-changing experience. Trust me. I know it sounds completely like bullshit, like an ad or something. I don't get paid from Elon. I don't get paid for any of this shit that I do, right? But it will literally be you won't even believe the difference between DSL and going to Starlink. There's not even a matter of fact. Just to give you a point, listen to this. Our DSL, okay, hold on. Our DSL is 15 megabits down and 1.5 megabits up. And that's with 2 lines bonded together. So if we had only one DSL, it would be 7.5 down and 0.75 up. That's DSL. That's what you can expect. What a piece of dump. What a piece of crap. AT&T should be ashamed that they even offer shit like that in look, think 2024. You have 0.75 up. I mean, what is that?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Anyways.
Mark and Mikal, we have 35 chickens here. They deal okay with the heat. We're just south of Memphis. That's a lot of chickens,
That is
Mark.
a lot of chickens.
John, a wolf looking at a spaceship for
A
the
wolf,
t-shirt.
Write down, yes. Wolf looking at a spaceship.
Mo, our 5G
wolf.
is almost 10 gig down, although it's slightly expensive.
10 gig.
Yeah. Bear.
Holy hell. That's
Bear
awesome.
said
That's awesome.
Drive Pool will still build the RAID back up if 2 HDDs go down. It does not do RAID 5 or 10 or any RAID like that. Drive Pool is unique. Have a look at it. Disclaimer, I'm just a user.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's probably going to do something like an unraid server.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ricky Joe, is there a way ISPs can see how many people are using each cell tower and their exact location for 911 calls?
Yes, but they have to do it specifically. But yeah. Your phone can be traced to like 3 feet by triangulating the signal. Also, if you guys didn't know this, your Starlink dish can be traced within 2 or 3 feet also because it has built-in GPS. And if you pulled out the GPS out of your Starlink dish, it could still be traced within about 20 feet using triangulation of the Starlink satellites. She kicked me. That's like number 18 now. I don't even know.
Jorg Wengel, south of Spain, since 3 days, every hour around 15 minutes blackout.
Yeah, that sounds like that's an issue. That is definitely an issue.
Oh, shit. You see?
Did you just say, oh, shit?
Yeah, because this thing, like...
Yeah, while she's doing that, it should not be blacking out like that.
Okay.
Unless you have some type of obstruction, because there's enough satellites over there to cover you. There shouldn't be like blackouts that often.
Mo, get a huge floodlight flashlight. We have one of those, Mo, that lights up when you walk by. The problem is there's a lot of things that walk by and they light it up before I even get outside.
Yeah, you just don't know what's going on.
UV Link Networks, hello. Are the Starlink sats in lower orbit than before now?
They are not. That's a great question. So right now the satellites are being launched to 520 to 530 kilometers, right? But Elon put in for a request that he can launch satellites at 320, 330 kilometers. So about 200 kilometers closer to Earth. I'm going to venture to say they will probably use that space when Starship is actually not blowing up and they can put the Generation 3s or the V3s or, as I used to call them, the version 2 Maxis into space. They'll probably stick them there. That's my personal opinion. But yes, when that happens, man, latency is going to come down. The only thing that also will happen is there's going to be a lot of drag on those satellites because they are 200 kilometers closer to Earth. So they're going to either need to have more propellant on board to keep them in space and not pulled into the atmosphere and burn up as they do. But to keep them there for, let's say, 5 years, there's going to be more propellant needed. If not, they're only going to last like 2 or 3 years. And that's going to be it. She just kicked me for like the 26th time.
Peter said I'm 10 minutes behind on the chat.
Okay, go ahead.
Ricky Joe, how long can a tower operate on the generators in the event of a blackout?
Towers operating depends on the diesel that they have, Adam. And you know what? A lot of the towers you think have generators and they don't. When there's no power, they go dead. I don't even know how that's legal. But anyways, there's a lot that do not have backup power.
Magic Flying Potato, sticking with my version 2 until it stops working.
There you go.
Reminder, Peter said if you have a question, put a Q or at JCristina. Remember to smash that like button. Yes, Kevin was excited that you lit up the rocket. Nick Bayless, thanks for the live. Love you guys. New subscriber. Yay, Nick.
Thank you for being here, Nick.
Mo, just don't smash the like too hard. Google will fuck up again. Yeah. Pissed off puppy.
Probably.
Just got here. Is your service down again? Mine is working really good here in Maui.
Yep,
Awesome.
we are up. But we're broadcasting on two providers, two ISPs. We're broadcasting through T-Mobile and Starlink simultaneously, bonded together. Packet level bonding.
John Wolf, they did just made a new mount in deeper and has 2 screws now.
There you go.
All right. So. Mo liked my answer. Good answer. Call Elon.
Call Elon.
And yep.
I don't have his number.
WPJ, poop emoji will hear. Hello, hello, great show as usual.
Appreciate you being here. Love the poop emojis. If you've never been here before, put a poop emoji in the chat so we can recognize you. Say hello.
Jim, batteries not included. Yeah.
Yep.
Mo, yeah, once before. Tim, boys and their toys. Joe is always playing with his rocket. Yeah, the survival is going in and out right now. X Factor, I canceled my Starlink when it was raised to $120. Not worth my money.
Yeah, it's expensive. I mean, it's not cheap. It is definitely not cheap. It's not for everyone.
Dominic, learned new thing about 5G. There's only low, medium, and high bands, but there is SA equals only 5G end-to-end, or NSA equals mixed 4G LTE.
Gotcha. Yep.
83 Jeep, 112 volt, 1.5, currently in service. Shit, did you see that?
No, yeah, pop.
Right
Wait, is
here.
it not volt? Okay, so there's 1,000. Let's call it 1,000, and let's say 1,800. Just over 1,800. Says 2,800 and change. So I was saying there was 2,800 to 3,000. So I guessed right. So,
sorry, this is not my jargon.
so basically, figured on 3,000 out of the 6,000 SpaceX Starlink satellites currently have high-speed laser communication built on board. So anything that happens on any of the satellites will happen on every one of them, or have access to on every one of them. Just think of those satellites as a massive mesh network that, instead of encompassing your house, right, it encompasses the entire planet. So data that's in Florida could be the same data that's sitting in China or right over China, literally milliseconds between each other. So really cool stuff. But so back to the whole thing, you don't need as many ground stations anymore. You just need POPs and then ground stations at the POPs, and call it a day.
Jeff Greenanger, any update on Mini?
Probably within a month or two. That's what I'm guessing. They say that it's going to come out before the end of the year, but that thing is ready. That's been ready for. They could have put it out there last month, in my personal opinion. But it'll probably come out either this month or next, is what I'm going to guess.
Okay, Magic Flying Potato. We only have Wi-Fi broadband where I live. Horrible. I could not upload videos without taking down the rest of the house's internet.
Yeah, it's.
Let's see, Sarah, JC, with the rocket, you almost lost up Fabiola's life. LOL. Maybe she could use it instead of kicking you. Sarah, that's such a good idea.
That would hurt.
I just light him up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Wendy Hill. At X Factor, that depends on. Oh, that's for X Factor.
Yep.
Sorry. Let's see. Mo, 10 gig is bringing sexy back.
That is.
Yeah, that's
Man, I can't even
crazy.
imagine having 10 gigabit. That's just crazy.
Honey Badgers, good evening. I didn't know you're on live, but here I am. I'm
Thank
glad
you for
you're
being here, Honey Badgers.
You know, sometimes you have to subscribe, like unsubscribe and subscribe again, and then like, you know, click on off on your notifications just because, I don't know, just because I really don't know.
It's just
but,
YouTube is just kind of, I don't get it. You know, just think, guys, there's like 96,000 of you guys now on the channel. And then I put a video up and let's say 1,000, 10,000, 5,000 people see it. It's like, where are the other 90,000 people, right? It's just, I just think it's so... Anyways, right. I don't want to get too deep into it.
Roger Lewis, living in Wellington, Colorado. We barely had 2 megabits down with Century Stink DSL. Starlink DSL, is awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Oh. Mo, poor Fabs. If I was there, I'd call out Sasquatch for dinner. You would. I mean, until, Mo. John, she a cowgirl. Yes, I'm a cowgirl today.
You are a cowgirl.
I live out here.
Yeah.
Cowgirl.
We're sitting on 5 acres with chickens. So.
Yeah. Mario Luke Tech. I love the ferry. Brian Ragland. I've been using 1.2 terabytes to 1.7 or data per month. I've noticed my speeds reduced, used to 200, 400 down, now seeing 100, 180 down. Still better than I had before. Is this common?
I don't think, according to what SpaceX said, there is no amount of data that you can use for them to throttle you back. That said, obviously, I don't know. I don't work for them. But they said that it was going to be unlimited, period. Unless someone is like abusing it at like 10 terabytes, 20 terabytes, I think 1.5 terabytes, 2 terabytes, they're not going to say shit about it. And they're not going to drop your speeds down that drastically. So I think there's something probably going on there, but I don't think that it has to do with that. But the big but here, going into next month, if you see at the beginning of the month, or the beginning of your billing cycle, you're at 400 meg down, 200 meg down, 300 meg down. Then all of a sudden you see that you hit a magic number, let's say of 1.5, 1.7 terabyte. And now you're seeing slower speeds. Let me know, because I would report on that really damn quick, because that would not be good. That would not be good. So
just quick shout out to Greg, from Texas. Thanks for joining us.
How you doing, Greg?
Mario Montesino, my first time here. Love this channel. Welcome. Thank you, Dr. Fire Chief. Just wanted to say hi. I've been watching you for quite a long time. Keep it up. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the super chat. It's really appreciated.
Let me just backtrack for a second. John Z, look forward, JC, to the new Starlink mini dish. Pissed Off Puppy. Cool job, guys. Love all the Starlink videos you put up.
I love the name, Pissed Off Puppy.
I know. Mark McCall, I did get the battery backup you recommended a while back. Seems to have covered the minor brownouts. Love Starlink.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad to help.
Glenn Fulliger, is there any info to confirm the theory that by leaving a Gen 2 dish with heating on auto setting will help with rain fade?
No one has done a study. I've not seen one. So I would speculate that it would, because there is no heater in the dish. To heat the dish, it actually increases amps. And if you're increasing amps and the amps is going through all the circuitry, you'd think that it would cut through the rain a little bit better. That being said, I have no evidence thereof.
Okay, let's see. Wendy Hill. You could have read that comment if you wanted. I was commenting on how slow the local service providers are and more expensive per megabits.
Yeah. So yeah. A lot of these local service providers, they are not going to be able to afford this slow service like DSL and like slow Uverse and stuff. They're going to shut down. They just can't afford it, because people are just going to go to Starlink. There's no reason to have this slow service anymore. You don't need it anymore. Also, providers like T-Mobile, AT&T, as well as Verizon that are offering that home internet through the cell towers, that's going to be quick enough for a lot of people that are close enough to a cell tower. They're not going to need DSL and Uverse and all that stuff. So they're going away. They're going away the dodo bird.
All right, we're finishing up here. If you guys have any other questions,
throw them in now.
Throw them in now.
Or forever hold your peace.
Yes. Your piece.
Your peace.
Your piece of steel. All right. Let's see. Magic Flying Potato. I always do my major downloads right at the end of my billing cycle. I always hit 1 terabyte being a YouTuber.
Yeah. You don't need it. I mean, really don't worry about it. I haven't even looked to see what mine
83 Jeep.
is.
Have a great tile laying weekend. Thank you. I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's hope. Let's pray.
Let's all pray
Paris,
together. The tile
Paris
gets done.
Valdivieso. Hi from Honduras. Hello, Paris.
Look at this, guys.
Love
Hold on.
it.
Wait a second. Let me do this
Oh,
top-down
gosh.
cam. There you go.
There we go. What are you showing?
See that? Can you see it? Let me see. See, why is it upside down? You know, I do this and then I flip it, and then it does that again. I don't get it. I tell it to flip, transform. Where in the hell rotate 180? Is that it? Yeah. There we go. And I do this every damn time. It's like stick to it. Anyways, you see this, guys? Software update available. So if you guys haven't downloaded the software, the latest and greatest software, go and do it. You can just tap on this and you'll get the latest software for your Starlink setup. Anyways, I'm going to check real quick here to see what is going on when it comes to the amount of data.
All
I'm not sure if they're
Well,
actually
I have more
putting it in here.
questions,
Go ahead,
so-
go.
This is like delayed. Did you know that?
It's delayed?
Yeah, like when.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh,
There's
okay.
going to be a delay.
Kevin Thiel, Sasquatch likes apples and donuts. I did not know that. That's what all Bigfoot research guys put out for them. Huh.
Well, there you go.
Maybe I'm going to do that, Mo. I'm going to put donuts and apples, and then I'm going to set up a cam. But I don't know how to set up a cam, so I'll use my iPhone. Then
I like
maybe
it.
I could catch them.
Do it.
You never know. Let's see. Mo said I'll bring some Haribos for Sasquatch. I don't know what Haribos are. Explain. Greg Hignite, my heater is coming on in Texas rainstorm, set on auto.
Really? That's cool. That right there is some news that I wasn't aware about. So, yeah, that is very interesting. So, if you're in Texas, we know it's hot as freaking hell, and it's raining really hard, and then you see the heater pop on, that means that I'm correct. And since there's no heater and it actually increases amps, and if it is increasing amps, it is bringing in probably a stronger signal. If that's the case, it would turn on. So anyways, if anyone else experiences the same thing, let me know. I always like to have two people tell me the exact same thing before I kind of comment, like out there on a video or something. But to rewind.
Did you say rewind?
Rewind. If you see that your heater is coming on, okay, and it's coming on during a rainstorm, okay, tell me. I want to hear about it. And that's if you're in a hot climate. Obviously, you're not in the freezing
We're
cold.
going to finish this up.
Go ahead, go.
Let's see. Ricky Joe said, Joe, you want some barbecue and mac and cheese? I'll mail you some.
That'd be good. That'd be awesome. Love some barbecue.
X Factor. Many
Slow
people
smoked.
can't afford Starlink. I thought Elon was a man of people, but gouges us and gives it cheaply to other places.
Yeah, so let me just comment on that just for 1 second. The US pays the most for Starlink.
We always pay the most for everything.
Every other country
We pay
pays
the
less
most for
Starlink.
shitty food, too.
We pay more for shitty food in the US also. Also in the US, okay, we have to pay extra for not being given poison in our food. Whereas in other countries, they're not allowed to put the same poisons in the food. It's illegal. So there's a lot of things that aren't right. But yeah, I would like to see Elon come down on the price.
Why did he do that? Like, why are we
I
paying
really
more?
don't know. It's because this is where it started. And matter of fact, all the testing happens here. We are like the beta testers here and whatnot.
Of course.
So why we have to pay more, SpaceX Starlink will probably say, oh, it has to do with economy. It has to do with the difference between the dollar and the conversion rate and a whole bunch of other horse shit. So I don't know. I wish I had a true answer. She kicked me like number 99 now, but I really don't know. But I would like to see that price come down a little bit.
Okay,
really
Shannon.
I think it will, though.
Shannon gifted 5 more memberships.
Shannon,
thank you. So
wow.
Kevin, Magic Flying Potato, Wendy Hill, Tina Redmaker, Life and Death, and 83 Jeep. If you, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry, Life and Death. Sorry, that was the 5.
5.
If you got those memberships, please say thank you to Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate
Always
that.
starting the party on Fridays.
Kevin, Magic, Wendy, Tina.
Did I not just say that?
No, I just saw it pop up here.
Well, because
you're looking
slow.
at that, I'm looking over here.
Yeah, that's
I'm
behind
slow.
schedule.
Okay.
And I need to finish here so we can
Go
catch
ahead.
up and roll out.
All right, we're rolling out.
Yes. X Factor. Yeah, we did that. John Z. Falcon 9 has another launch tonight for SpaceX.
I think on the other
in
coast,
38
right?
minutes. I see.
I think California.
Dominic loves him some poop emojis.
Yes.
I love it. The rocket. John Z put space rockets.
Are we going to pop this off one more time?
That's your problem. Just get away from me. Mo said we ask our Father and Lord in heaven that our tiles will be finished. Yes.
Here we go. Watch out.
Oh my God. Why? Why don't you just like put it that way? Put it on yourself. No,
We hear
because
it?
no, yeah, burn that. That'd be classic. I will laugh my ass off. I can't.
The mic just goes up
Yeah,
in
it just
flames.
smells. Wendy Hill, I looked at the update but was waiting until your stream ended.
Yeah, do the update. I'm going to do the update too.
83 Jeep, my usage last month was 2.3 terabytes.
2.3 terabytes. Gotcha.
Mo, I meant Haribo Sweets. Okay, and my current billing cycle, 10-day usage is 973 gigabytes. Ooh.
Not bad. Just under a terabyte.
Yeah. Okay. Greg Ignite has happened twice. Nick Bayless, what happens when you cancel the Starlink service internet? Can you still pay to activate it later time when you're ready to use the Starlink internet again?
Yeah, so Starlink has a thing where you can put your system on pause, and when you put it on pause, it can be on pause indefinitely, and then you can turn it back on. So yeah, you can do that.
So I'm just finishing up these last ones, and then we are going to
We're out of here?
Yes.
All right, all right.
Shannon said, you're welcome, guys. Check out the membership section. Thank you again, Shannon, for all of that.
Thank you, Shannon. Really appreciate that.
Gray Nadalin. Starlink said signal strength depends on the contact between the Starlink dish and the satellites in orbit. The heating functioning mechanism is to melt away the snow. No barriers impeding the connection. Sorry. Yes. See, GA Flips, SpaceX is scheduled for launch tonight with more Starlink satellites.
Yep, another, I think, 23 satellites.
Peter, Mo, try giving Haribo candies here in Europe. I can't remember if it is Danish. John K, who's the boss in your family? Me, John.
She gets to be the boss.
Magic Flying Potato, I'll have to keep an eye for the launch. We see the rockets flying over southern Arizona and they look awesome. We got some buffering, but I guess that was a little bit ago. So catch of the day, Southeast Alaska loves Starlink, no blackouts, and is the best and cheapest option in the bush. I have in motion on my boat and is thousands cheaper than other options.
They are, absolutely.
Yep. Frosty Delights, take a dab. We're dabbing.
We have a friend of the show, a very close friend, and they were getting like 400 to 500 megabits down in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and like 40, 50, 60 megabits up.
Yes. And
on a boat.
We are done, you guys.
We're doing it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here.
Hour
Thank you.
and 40 minutes.
Yeah. We need more fuel, yes, to turn it up because, I don't know, buffering.
We do need more fuel. I'll have more fuel for next Friday.
Pissed Off Puppy did the update. Everyone have a great weekend.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, everyone.
Thank you for the...
Hi from Germany. Thank you for being here.
Hey, hello, Germany.
Gannon, Hunter.
Thank you for all of the super chats.
Peter, thank you, as usual.
Peter for being here.
Mo,
you.
Dominic, Ricky Joe, Dragon Eggs, 83G, Tom, good night.
Thank you for
All
everything,
past this
Shannon.
man's
Thank you.
bedtime.
Really appreciate it.
Mark, Mikal, good night.
Hope you guys have a really good weekend, a relaxing weekend.
Yes. Enjoy it.
Enjoy. We will see you in the next one. There should be a lot of videos coming up next week. And also stay tuned for the 5th. Because the 5th, if they do go live with the whole IFT4, I will be here live, right? To hang out with you guys and watch this thing go off. And hopefully it doesn't blow up. And it does traverse the entire world and then splash down in the ocean vertically instead of horizontally. We'll see.
All right, you guys, like, share, and
make sure you tell as many people out there as
Yes.
possible so that we can get more people on board quicker.
Subscribe.
Maybe we can actually hit this 100,000 before my birthday.
That would be amazing. All right, you guys, thank you. Peace out.
Take care. Have a great weekend,
Have a good
guys.
night.